Lily had set out on a long-awaited vacation she had been dreaming of for years. The sun had set, and raindrops danced across the windshield. As she scanned the road with her eyes, she suddenly noticed the engine making a strange noise. She pulled over, stepped out of the car, and lifted the hood to take a look inside. But she had no idea how to fix it. She took out her phone, but there was no signal. Only a few cars had passed by on this deserted road. Desperately, she stepped onto the road and started waving at passing vehicles. An old pickup truck with yellow headlights approached in the dark and came to a stop. The window rolled down, revealing a middle-aged man with a scruffy beard.
"Need some help?"
The man asked in a deep, raspy voice. Lily hesitated for a moment before nodding.
Yes, my car broke down, and my phone isn't working. Is there a gas station or repair shop nearby?
The man smiled.
"The closest town is a few hours away, but I have a cabin up in the mountains. You can stay there for the night, and in the morning, I'll take you to a mechanic."
Lily glanced at the heavy rain and the empty road, realizing she didn't have many options. Another car might not stop. With a reluctant sigh, she opened the door and got into the truck. The man's name was Mark. They drove in silence, turning onto a narrow road that led deep into the forest. Lily's unease grew. She took out her phone again, but still there was no signal. Mark glanced at her through the rearview mirror.
Do you go to town often?
Lily asked, trying to break the silence. Mark chuckled slightly.
"No, I prefer to be alone."
The truck came to a stop in front of a small, dark cabin. Lily's skin prickled with unease. Her instinct screamed at her to run. But where could she go? The rain was now pouring heavily. Mark opened the door and motioned her inside. Lily stepped in hesitantly. The cabin was old, dark, and eerie. Animal skulls and hunting trophies decorated the walls. Her heartbeat quickened.
"Make yourself comfortable. I'll get the fireplace going,"
Mark said, picking up an axe from the corner of the room. Lily's breath hitched. Something was wrong. She slowly backed toward the door, but Mark moved first and locked it.
I want to leave.
Lily said, her voice trembling. Mark tilted his head slightly and smirked.
"But you just got here."
Lily's mind raced in panic, searching for a way out. Her eyes darted across the room, spotting a knife on the table. Without a second thought, she lunged for it. Mark laughed, but Lily swung the knife, slashing his arm. He groaned in pain, but quickly regained his composure and lunged at her. Lily darted toward the window, smashing through the glass and tumbling outside. She sprinted into the dark forest, rain soaking her clothes. Behind her, Mark's voice echoed.
"No matter where you run, I'll find you."
Her heart pounded as she pushed forward into the dense woods. Her only hope was to escape this nightmare as soon as possible. As she ran, her foot caught on a branch, and she fell to the ground. Struggling to get up, she heard footsteps approaching. Mark was closing in fast. Panicked, Lily scanned her surroundings and spotted a small cave entrance ahead. With one final burst of energy, she threw herself inside and held her breath. Mark's voice was dangerously close.
"Don't make this harder, Lily. You can't escape."
Tears streamed down her face as she clutched the knife tightly. Mark's shadow loomed at the cave entrance. Lily, summoning all her strength, lunged at him. But Mark was faster. He grabbed her wrist, causing the knife to drop. Lily struggled desperately as he held her tight. Just then, a low, eerie growl echoed through the cave. Mark hesitated for a moment, giving Lily the chance to knee him in the stomach and push herself free. She bolted out of the cave, running blindly through the storm. Mark stood at the cave entrance for a moment before realizing he had lost her trail. He cursed under his breath, but didn't pursue her. After a while, his presence disappeared entirely. Lily ran for miles without stopping. Eventually, she stumbled onto a main road, completely exhausted. Seeing headlights in the distance, she waved frantically. A car pulled over, and a police officer stepped out. Shaking, Lily tried to explain what had happened. The officer helped her into the car. She finally felt safe, but one question lingered in her mind. Had Mark really given up? Or would he come back for her one day?